All right, today I'm going to explain and show you 5 different tips to help to instantly improve your vertical jump. Boom! Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Jason Kelly and creator of The Balanced Body. Hope everybody's having a great day today. Today I'm going to share and explain to you 5 different tips to help you instantly improve your vertical jump. But before I do, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you can receive future notifications based on more techniques and methods to help with your fitness and strength. Also, because in the next segment I'm going to show you exercises to help improve your vertical jump instantly and dramatically. All right, so tip number 1 is breathing. So when you're doing your vertical jump, you want to make sure that you're not breathing at the same time you are jumping. So you want to inhale first, and that means inhaling through your nose and creating this intra-abdominal pressure. When you create intra-abdominal pressure, it increases the tension in the nervous system. And when you increase the tension in the nervous system, you're going to increase your ability to generate more force. Also, this intra-abdominal pressure that you create here in your abdomen acts as a spring for your torso. And I'll go over the other aspect for your hips, but it acts as a spring for your torso to respond. If you just have no pressure or tension here in your abdominals and you're jumping, you're going to see a very different effect. Without breathing, with breathing. You can see there's a difference in the tension, because what you're trying to do when you vertical jump is you're trying to create this spring, this coil, like a trampoline. If you jump on a trampoline, what happens? You jump and it propels you upward. But the harder you jump on that trampoline, the more force you create on that trampoline, the higher you're going to jump. Same as a ball. If you drop a ball, the ball bounces back. But if you slam the ball propels higher into the air. And so that's what you need to understand about vertical jumping ability, is this compression. And so breathing is the number 1 because it's the first thing to start before your vertical jump. And like I said, it's not breathing in, down, it's breathing in, loading up about 80%, and then jumping, and then jumping. And so according to your sport would be according to how you would time your breath as well. The number 2 most important thing about vertical jumping is your knees. Do you jump from a 70-degree angle or from a 90-degree angle? Now, if you jump from a 90-degree angle, you're not going to have as high as a vertical jump that if you put your knees into a 70-degree angle position. Why? Because at the 90-degree position, you're just using your hips and some of your ankles to generate force. So when you bring your knees over your ankles, it activates and stimulates the ankles to generate force, as well as the hips. So all 3 are working at a 70-degree angle, whereas a 90-degree angle, they're not. So you're not using you're not compressing, you're not creating this spring effectively at 90 degrees. 70 degrees is the optimal angle position to improve your vertical jump. Tip number 3. Tip number 3 has to deal with the stretch reflex and the stretch shortening cycle. So if you're just squatting down and just squatting and then jumping up, well, then you're not going to achieve maximal height and velocity on your vertical jump. What you have to do is you have to have a fast eccentric movement. And this fast eccentric movement compresses the ground and activates something called the stretch reflex. And the stretch reflex activates the stretch shortening cycle. The only difference is the stretch shortening cycle has a concentric finish, whereas the stretch reflex is just an eccentric contraction that makes the muscles respond. And so when you move fast eccentrically, you're creating this elastic energy, and it has a huge difference in your agility, explosiveness, speed, and power. Because when you move fast eccentrically, your muscles, your stretch reflex responds. And when your stretch reflex responds and you counter with that, it's like a rubber band snapping. And so you store this elastic energy and it gets absorbed and allows you to use it concentrically to jump higher. And it can only be achieved through fast eccentric type of motion, not slow eccentric motion. The difference between that is that with your motion, a lot of people try to go into a greater, deeper type of motion. And that kind of can work against you in your vertical jump, because what's happening is you're increasing time. And in order to utilize the stretch shortening cycle and the stretch reflex and this elastic energy, time has to be very quick. So you need to develop your muscles, to strengthen your muscles, to develop and generate more force, not to increase the mobility or increase the range of motion of the movement. Because if you increase range, you're going to lose elastic energy. And so it's like the difference between jumping from maximal output or just from 90 to 80% of your output. So if you want maximal output, you have to train your muscles to absorb force, to generate more force, and not increase the range of motion, because you're trying to utilize elastic energy, and elastic energy only gets utilized in a split second. It's a difference between resistance bands. You have those light red resistance bands, and then you have a heavier green resistance band. Well, you want your muscles to act as the heavier green resistance band and not the lighter red one, because you're going to get more snap and more contraction from it, eccentrically and concentrically, than the red band. Number 4 is the downswing of the arms. So don't forget, you want to get those arms downswinging. Now, when I do my vertical jump, you can test your vertical jump like they do, you know, in the NFL or in these combines. But truthfully, you're not going to be on the field saying, okay, I'm going to vertical jump now, and the ball's being thrown over your head. No, you want to vertical jump from a reactionary position. So that, for me, the reactionary position is the most important part, and not trying to maximize your jump for a test. Because maximizing your jump for a test isn't going to show me anything on the field. Okay, I prefer to see your reactionary type of jump rather than you setting up to do it perfectly. So when you do your vertical jump, you want to make sure that the arms are coming down in that swinging motion. And so again, with your breathing, intra-abdominal pressure, the knees in a 7-degree position, and as those arms swing down, you're going to compress. You're creating more force to compress that spring, that coil into the floor, and create this elastic energy for more force in a stretch shortening cycle that you can release in the height of your vertical jump. And tip number 5 is compression. You got to think compression. You got to think compressing those feet into the floor, those knees over the ankles, compressing your core, compressing your breathing, getting your arms to swing down to compress everything. And so think, compress it. Before you vertical jump, think compress, 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 compress. And this will help you improve your vertical jump. Because if you think of compressing and get your body to work on that compression, the compression action, you're going to jump higher. So if you follow these 5 different tips, it's definitely going to help you improve your vertical jump height, speed, and explosiveness. Hey, thanks for watching, and I hope these tips really help you with your vertical jump height and explosiveness. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you can receive future notifications based on more methods and techniques of jumping, as well as strength and fitness. Also, because in the next segment, I'm going to show you exercises that are going to help improve your vertical jump height instantly, as well as its explosiveness. But until the next segment, make sure you check out these videos right here.